time. Better live it today. Take a stand. Meet your dreams halfway. Leave behind all the fear and doubt. And welcome to your beautiful now.
Hello everyone, Derek Floyd here, Beautiful Now Podcast. Welcome to another special edition of Beautiful Now Live. Now this is part 2 of a 4-part docuseries we're titling The COVID Chronicles, where we're taking a deeper dive into 4 different people's lives who work in 4 different industries and how their livelihood has been completely impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, as you know, my goal here for Beautiful Now Live is pretty simple. I like to try to give you topics that are relevant to you, your family, and your community to help you build a dialogue with those around you, to maybe find solutions to the problems that we're all trying to solve here, to give us all the opportunity to have a great, beautiful quality of life, your own beautiful now, so to speak. And if you enjoy the content you see here, please hit us with a like or subscribe to the channel. This lets us get the most updated content to you as soon as it's available. And also, all of our segments are always powered by and brought to you by IK Multimedia and Lewitt Microphones. Now, my special guest today is going to take us into the world of health and fitness. And as you can imagine, as COVID began to spread, the gyms were all being told to shut down because they couldn't keep their club members safe. You couldn't touch the equipment, the weights, the treadmills. Everything had to be wiped off. There was no way to actually confirm or secure the clients for being safe from COVID. And as the weeks of COVID dragged on, club owners had to lose memberships and return funds because the people could not be guaranteed their safety. So with the doors shut, there was no way to keep everyone healthy. But as the country has slowly began to open back up, gyms are taking a new shape, a new way to help us stay fit, if you will. Looking at new technology and keeping us safe where we can come back together in smaller spaces. And my friend today is going to tell you what he's done to help his gym, HSD Fitness, spring back to life with more customers and more clients than ever. Will you please help me welcome my friend, Carmine Scandura?
What's up, Derek? How you doing?
What's happening, man? What's been going on?
I feel good. I'm working out like an animal. I think when quarantine hits, I jack it up like 12 notches, so I can't sit still. How you doing?
Man, that's crazy. That is so crazy. I see the big HSD sign back there. Congrats on success getting that thing off the ground.
Yeah, we started 3 years ago, and it's going strong. Slow build, like you said. That's it takes time to get these things to grow, but we knew we definitely had the knowledge, the experience to do it. We just got the equipment, rented out the space, and it was all downhill from there. So.
Wow. Man, give me a little history about why you even started HSD. Were you always into fitness, or how did you get into that whole line of fire?
Yeah, I started fitness when I was a kid, watching like Body Shaping, a show that was on TV. They were on the beach. You see these big guys with muscles and these really super fit women working out on the beach. And I'd grab like a 2-pound dumbbell that my mom got me from, I don't know, Walmart or wherever. And I'm working and I'm just imitating their movements, And I just fell in love with it, just watching all the different types of things you could do with your body. And I started to go to school for it. I graduated Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science and Health Promotion. I got my CSCS, my Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist, which is from the NSCA, very high-ranked accreditation. And I've fell in love with first the look of fitness, but it wasn't until I really, maybe about 5 years ago, where I realized the performance definitely outweighs the look. And you're going to get the look when you keep increasing your performance. So all my goals became not let me get the bicep a little bigger, but let me see what I can do with this body. Let me try and go over that 10-foot wall, or, go over these different hanging obstacles and all this stuff. Just test your body, and see what it can do. So.
Wow. Well, as we started in the intro, about the COVID Chronicles, this is something where we see fitness makes a difference. You've got to feel better. You've got to be able to take care of your body. And there's so many people that have contracted the disease. Some have, like The Rock, I remember got COVID, if you know about that. And of course, he survived it. But health and fitness at that part matters, does it not, as far as how you survive this thing?
Oh, 100%. And, it's not being said enough in the news and everywhere else where, this has been known for a very long time that exercise and nutrition, that combination can make or break your body. Whether you contract the disease or you can fight it off, or, just how the process is of healing. So if you're in good physical condition, not overweight, most people are obese here, which is, it's sad, it's disheartening, but at the same time, that's what really gives me that drive to, change people's lives. And it's not like the diet fad that's going to make it work. And you hear it all the time, that lifestyle change, but it really is. Change one thing about your diet, get it out if it shouldn't be in there. I think most people nowadays understand what's good and what's not good for you. It's just breaking that habit, that cycle, because it will beat you down. It will make you tired. It will make you not want to be active. So just that balance of exercise and nutrition really just always played an important role in health. And it's one of the most overlooked things. Most people, when they come to the gym, and still to this day, Derek, they're still asking for, I want more tone in my body, or, I want to lose weight, well, losing weight is a good health benefit. I will give it that. But at the same time, it's like, you don't hear people say, I want to be able to fight off a disease. I want to be healthy and, maybe not even contract a disease and things like that.
That's incredible. And I hear you're passionate about it, which is amazing. So, when I think about there's so many fitness centers out there, there's all these different gyms. What made you decide, okay, I'm going to open this thing, and what separates you from the pack? Because there's so much of it out there, right?
Oh yeah. And because there's so much gyms out there, so much information on the internet, there's a lot of misleading information. And my wife and I we would shop around gym after gym. I can't tell you how many gym memberships I've had. And being in the field for so long, having the education, and then going to certain gyms, I started realizing that, for someone who is new to strength training, a lot of these places are just throwing you in, and people are getting injured, or they feel like they can't do the workouts. So I said, okay, we're going to train. We started going to the park, and I would bring just a bunch of equipment, just buying a bunch of stuff and going out to the park and training. Then we started doing obstacle course racing. Obstacle course racing totally changed it around for us, because my wife was the runner. I never loved running. I actually dislike cardio. Now I love it. I'm doing ultra runs, 30 miles plus. But before that, I hated it. I took about 30 steps and I would be done. But you give me weights to lift and I'll lift it all day long, So we could not find a happy middle point, my wife and I. When we started obstacle racing, that's when it all changed for us. There's running, there's trail running, there's obstacles that need strength, that need balance. You're testing every ability that your body has. So you can kind of determine and step back and say, you know what, I need a little more work on my core. I can't seem to keep my balance on these obstacles, or my grip strength is weak. I can't hang on, the rings or whatever obstacle that comes in front of us. It makes you want to train for something. You know what I mean? So that's why we decided to open up our obstacle course training gym, which now currently is one of the very, very, very few that you can find in South Florida. So we are really proud of the obstacles we've created here. Most of them mimic the obstacles that you'll get on the courses. And that's really what separates us. And the fact that you're going to have a coach, actually guide you through every single workout you do. Now, on the weekdays, it's regular workouts, strength and conditioning. And then on the weekends, we do our obstacle training. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, let me go into a little bit of why we've got you here, which is what COVID has done to your business. COVID hit sometime March-ish, and all of a sudden you couldn't go to the gym. You can't go work out. How long were you guys shut down for that? And how did that affect your customer retention? Did people stay? Did they go? How'd that work for you?
Yeah, I think my wife and I started to get the sense that we're going to have to be closing down almost a month in advance. So we really started recording a lot of exercise videos, just knowing that, okay, if they're not going to be able to come into the gym, we got to find a way to keep them healthy, keep them active. In 2 weeks, you start to detrain, meaning if you don't continue to apply the same amount of intensity or duration or frequency to your workouts, you start to lose your performance. So I knew that if we're going to have to shut down, we need to make a nice program that they could do at home. As a community, everybody's doing the same workout. So basically 5 days a week, we were sending them a new video, all of our athletes. So we switched them, we froze their accounts, and we put them onto what we call like an online virtual, community. And really, we started seeing people like do amazing on it. People who weren't running started running. We would have running videos for them. Hey guys, this is the do's and don'ts of running. We understand you're going to probably get out there more, and we don't want to see your joints hurt, and we want you to keep going out there and get more excited. I went back to when I started running and how much I hated it. And I put myself into their shoes and built a program for them so they wouldn't go through the same things that I went through, before. So, but yeah, we were shut down for about 3 months, and then we got to go ahead to reopen. But in that time, I think we became stronger as a gym. It really did. And it carried over to when we opened back up. I mean, you saw those who trained during the COVID, shutdown. And then you saw some of our athletes who didn't train. They weren't feeling the videos. They're like, you know what? I'll just wait till it opens back up. But 3 months is a long time not to train, like I said, at the levels you're normally used to training here. So for the most part, even though we were shut down for 3 months, everybody was really just coming together. It was awesome.
Did you have a lot of employees as well that you had to either furlough, or was it just you and your wife, or how'd that work out from that space?
Yeah, we had a couple of trainers, that we had to kind of put on standby, but for the most part, it's me training in the gym. I got one of our co-owners also as a coach who trains as well. So we were able to keep everybody busy with this virtual stuff. So there was always a job for somebody here.
I mean, because we hear, the horror stories of gyms shutting down and just not being able to maintain because there's no funding coming in. And I guess you were able to flip your customers to a way that you could still maintain some kind of revenue, but even though things were closed, you kept it going through the video process.
Exactly. Video process. The Facebook was really important for us, because that's where everybody seemed to be doing most of their discussion work. So we created a private group for our athletes. And it was cool to see every morning they're posting their video, them sweating in their house. You got us working out in our house with the cats all over the place. And, it was just a different experience. We were doing more like fun, just like have a good time workout, trying to lift people's spirits up through the whole thing. So like I said, it was as pleasant of an experience as it could be, I think. And everybody really appreciated that, kept thanking us on, we went right to video editing, like figuring out how to do all that stuff, and like I said.
It's a whole other world with that.
Oh man, it is. It's a whole nother world. We enjoyed it. We really did. We liked it. Yeah. So now we got an arsenal of videos. It's ridiculous, the archive of videos that we have on demand now. So that's another
awesome
area that we kind of branched out to.
So when COVID hit, how did people's opinions about their overall wellness that you spoke to, how'd they change? Were they always, I'm just good, or did they get serious about their health and say, I gotta figure this thing out because I want to be safe against COVID?
Yeah, like I would love to tell you that I saw a lot of people go, okay, there's can be some things out here that can really give us troubles in life, but it kept coming down to the looks. I don't know. People just when they work out, they want their body to look, the way they want it to look. So I think people, not that they were shutting it out but their focus didn't shift too much. I didn't see much of a shift. I still see people saying, "Hey, can you help me get rid of my, fat from down here," or something like that. So whereas I'm thinking they're gonna want more recipes on, "Hey, this is a good, vitamin C builder," or whatever. But honestly, we're always a gym that preaches that anyway. So there wasn't much of a change there, you know.
Well, you talked about doing the videos, which I'm sure was a huge change. What other changes did you make health-wise, or as far as safety-wise, to bring customers back to the gym? Because I know, there's a lot of CDC regulations. You got to have wipe the equipment down, all this other stuff. What changes did you make to make sure your customers feel safe coming back?
Well, I think the first thing was actually staying closed for the entire time. So you didn't. I kind of heard through the grapevine that wasn't something that every single gym did. So we were a gym that we definitely wanted to follow every single protocol. We have signage, laminated signage throughout the whole gym. 6 feet apart. These are the new rules and regulations of the gym. Everybody here, it's a family when you come to HSD. So everybody respects each other, whether or not, they have the same exact views on everything. It's just one big family. But what we did do was we purchased one of these guys. This is like a fogger. So, I'll go around and I'll spray the whole gym, shoots out some like hospital grade cleaning solution. That I'll do after each class. And then we've created these little kits. And each kit, so at your station, you get a spray bottle, cleaning spray bottle, you got hand sanitizer and your clean towel to wipe everything down. I'm constantly doing laundry, but it's good. I mean, I'm going to keep this going once everything gets lifted. This is going to be our new protocol anyway. It's just, it's super sanitary. So I really like that process. We keep everybody at least 6 feet apart. We got 3,100 square feet of footage. What else do we do? Oh, only you use your equipment. Meaning, so if you come in and you have a kettlebell workout and some slam balls, right? I'll have a video on one of these TVs behind me, and it's going to demonstrate all the exercises. Only you're going to use your equipment. And when you're done, you spray it down. So it's, the athlete's job to spray it down. Like I said, I'll come with the fogger at the end of class. So there's really no cross-contamination anywhere. We got 9 bay doors here. I bust them all open. They're wide open. It feels like you're working out outside in.
So, man, with everything you've done for HSD, which stands for High Speed Dirt Fitness, right?
Yep.
You have to give me the explanation of that in just a second. You've obviously incorporated technology into it because you said you were using Facebook, you were doing videos. What other things, what other technology were you able to bring in to kind of bring people together and make it a unique experience?
Yeah, the live virtual sessions. So creating classes where you can log in all together, and then I would come into the gym myself, film it, so it felt like they were in the gym. I told you in the beginning how I was filming at home, and then when I was able to come into the gym, I started to film inside when we were still shut down. So we did some live virtual. So they really liked that because it felt like they were back in their second home, so that was really cool. So I would say definitely live sessions played a big role in that. And just getting the emails out, getting, our communications were ramped up. So if it wasn't for technology, I don't know what you would do at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. And I hear that from so many people, especially where the world has changed to, everything is a Zoom call now. Everything is, let me get on a Zoom so I can see your face. I even talk to my family members via Zoom because most of us don't want to go outside, or we're trying to keep the distance and social distancing, all that stuff. So only way you can talk is via technology these days, So I assume that the gym had to do something like that to keep the connection.
Yeah, we would even play. We would get on Zoom calls where we would just have a grouping of people, and we play like games and stuff. Just like Saturday night. Hey guys, get your favorite drink. We let them drink, have an alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage, and we had like a happy hour and just hanging out with each
Nice.
other and playing charades and stuff. It was cool, a lot of fun.
I love so far, and I hear more and more what you're saying, is that you created a community with your team, with your customers, your clients. It's not just, hey, come to my gym and I'm gonna train you out and get out of here. You created a space where they all became family, and that makes a big difference, especially as we go through businesses now. Even the small businesses like restaurants and stuff like that. You've got to be able to be more than just a client, right?
100%, 100%. I mean, it's when they walk into the door, it's like it's your family member. You joke around with them, you have fun before. When the clock starts, I'm a different guy. I'm coach, but before and afterwards, it's such a family vibe. It's so cool to hang out with these guys. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
So, just thinking about what's happened with COVID from, it coming in March, all of a sudden it's a pandemic, we're wearing masks, you can't hang out, shutting the gym down, then coming back and having to fumigate the place and wipe the equipment down, all the stuff you got to do now. Where do you think fitness is going to go post COVID? I mean, will it be the same? How does that look for you guys as a gym owner?
Yeah. I've already seen, we've actually had an increase in members because of our open door, gym, the fact that it's not closed off. So I see a few people coming in where they're like, we were looking around, but you guys, we saw that you have all your bay doors open. You get that nice cross breeze. So I feel like there's going to be a lot more outdoor activity. There's going to be a lot more. Maybe you don't necessarily need a brick and mortar gym, and just do things where you're going to the park, taking groups out. Online will always have its place, but not everybody can stay consistent with it. So you kind of have to see. I think you're going to see a lot of people switch to online, but a lot of people, they'll get excited for it for a little bit and then it'll kind of fade out. It's like that treadmill that's in the house that collects dust, or it's the coat rack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it became the coat rack.
I didn't go on that treadmill. I saw the video online and but it's everybody's different. So
Yeah.
I think you're going to see the change. I don't know. It's really hard to say. It's in so many different directions right now. It's really hard to really put a pinpoint on it. So yeah.
Well, we're just trying to make sure, especially with this episode and with this segment, to let people know, hey, okay, health and fitness is important, especially through COVID. If you were going to a gym, make sure this gym has certain things set up for you so that you're safe. Don't give up on your fitness. Obviously, this is the most important time to be fit. So as you would say, talk to your gym owners, talk to your trainers, make sure you're staying in contact with those people. If you're not in a gym that gives you that family atmosphere, switch gyms. Get a place where you can be safe, right?
Correct. Yep. 100%. I couldn't say it better
And
myself.
and tell me before we close out this thing, HSD Fitness, what does that stand for and why?
So High Speed Dirt Fitness. High Speed Dirt was our obstacle course racing team. And when I say team, it was like, my wife and a couple of friends of ours who started it off. We gradually built that team up. And when we created the gym, we're like, all right, we got to keep that going. So it's High Speed Dirt. And we added the fitness to make sure that people know it's an actual gym. But believe it or not, it's a Megadeth song from the late 80s, I believe, early 90s. So High Speed Dirt, it's a song about skydiving and the adrenaline rush you get from that. So it seemed fitting, High Speed Dirt, for an obstacle course mud run team. So that's
I love it. I love it. Well, man, I sure do appreciate you just taking a few minutes just to kind of break down, how COVID has changed how you do things. And I'm sure there's lots of people that are maybe thinking, maybe I can join a gym now, or maybe I can join HSD. What would you recommend for them? How could they find you, number one? And then if they can't get near, or if they're not in your area, because this segment will go all over, what do you recommend for them to look for in picking a gym, especially post-COVID?
Excellent. You can reach us at hsdfitness.com. That's our website, has all the information you need to know there. And then you can like us or follow us at HSD Fit. So that is our ways you can reach us. I would say if you're outside the area and you're looking to begin training, start with walking. You see a lot more people walking outside today. It's free. There's no charge. It's something that most everybody feels comfortable doing. Start with walking, but set a goal. Don't just walk to walk. Have a reason why you're out there. Record what you did, whether it be on an app or you write it down on a piece of paper. The next time you go walk, do it a little bit longer, or maybe a little faster. Switch one thing about it every time you go out. So I would say doing a walking kind of jogging program, and then just doing some basic movements. Your squat, work on your push-ups on the knees. Just get the basics down. From the basics and a strong core, strong midsection, you can go any area of fitness you want. So have that core foundation first.
And what should they be looking for if they go to a gym? Like, are there specific signs that give you that this is COVID approved, or what should they be looking for if they have to go to a gym?
Yeah, they should all have. Well, if they're in Palm Beach, they're going to have a Order of Palm Beach sign that's required to be put on the doors here. So you're really, number one, I would look for signage. Make sure that they're at least putting signs out. Are people staying 6 feet apart, or are they just saying they're staying 6 feet apart? And then you got people, all bunched up into one. That's one thing. How they're cleaning their gym, very important. People are sweating all the time, so you want to make sure that they have some type of cleaning supplies for everybody. And then what is their procedure when they're done? If it's a class, what are they doing afterwards? So those are all really important. And then try and get as much ventilation as you can. Like an open air gym would be great. So if you're going to kind of like a CrossFit like gym or athletic training gym, they're usually be in a warehouse type of area. So they'll have the bay doors they could keep open. Try and stay away from closed up spaces.
That is great advice. Thank you so much for giving that to my subscribers. I wanted to bring you someone who has been there, who's walked through this, so that you can figure out, okay, how does COVID affected this part of where we live? But now you've got some great information that you can move forward. And if you're trying to stay fit, which we all recommend, especially during this time, now you've got some details of what to get started on. You can get walking, maybe a run program, do some things at home. There's actually videos online. So let's stay fit through this horrible pandemic. Let's make sure we're taking care of our bodies as well. Just like Carmine said, you got to do something. So, Carmine, thank you for coming on the program and talking about your HSD fitness.
All right, brother. Thank you.
And hey, you guys keep watching. Part 3 of the COVID Chronicles coming up next week. We hope you've enjoyed this segment. If you have, of course, please hit the share button. Share this with someone who needs to know about fitness through COVID. And we'll see you next time at the Beautiful Now Podcast. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye now.